Welcome back, everybody, to Unlocked Minds. I am A.Patrice, the guide for anyone who has recently woken up to the endless rabbit hole of a trip called life. Today's topic: 5 major signs that you are currently living in a fifth dimensional reality. The one that you've created. Now, first of all, let me just get into what fifth dimensional reality is. You may have heard it as the 5D Earth or New Earth, and this is just another mirror of what we have inside of us. We have third dimensional, fourth dimensional, and fifth dimensional, obviously, and beyond, but we're just sticking to those dimensions for now that exist inside of us. So fifth dimensional is very creative. It's very tapped into where we come from. And it's just higher levels of energy. It's more on the spectrum of what you want in life versus the more dense of what you don't want and what stresses you out. So once you've been able to bring yourself to a state of fifth dimensional consciousness, almost like Christ consciousness or a heaven state, paradise state inside of yourself internally, eventually you'll get to a place where you get to physically experience that. And that is what 5D Earth really is. It's the peace that you've created inside now reflecting on the outside. And this happens because you were able to release conditions, attachments, and heal the traumas and limiting beliefs that you had developed from 3D. And so when you get to the fifth dimension, none of those are reflecting back to you. And that's why it's so peaceful. Let's get into the signs that you have reached your fifth dimensional preferred reality. Numero uno. A lot of people that used to be in your life are just no longer there. Now, this happens because a lot of people, even if you care for them or like them or thought they were cool, they just don't exist in a fifth dimensional reality. So you guys are just not going to have any communication with each other anymore, or very minimal. And usually it'll just look like you've cut people from your life, which is basically what happens. Like, you'll just not respond to them just naturally. And it's not that you think they're bad people. It's not that some of them you probably do. You might be aware of that, hey, you're just not good for me. But really, it's just because they don't exist where you are anymore. So the character who you are now just isn't going to reach out to them. It's kind of like the concept of oil and vinegar. They can be in the same jar. No matter how much you shake it up, they're just always gonna separate. Number 2, this is a dead giveaway with this one. Number 2 is the ones that you are surrounded by already have what you are on your way to attain. Now, keep in mind, when you first enter a fifth dimensional reality that you've created, you're at the baseline. And you are on your way to exactly what you've been manifesting. And now the people that you are surrounded by are already where you are headed. They already attained the manifestations that are coming in for you personally. They match the vibration of all of your desires. So these people will be in your life. If you are surrounded by successful people, that's a big major sign that you are currently and successfully have made it to your fifth dimensional preferred reality. Number 3, you're just naturally taking care of your physical self. Now, I have to say this, I haven't always been the healthiest person. I'm definitely somebody that likes to eat what I want and do what I want when I want to do it. But after entering the baseline of my fifth dimensional reality, I've just naturally started taking care of my body a lot more. I'm taking the vitamins and shit that my body needs. I've just had this drive to go to the gym. I got myself a gym membership and I'm consistently going. And I don't crave the foods that I used to eat. Like, I used to be a big fast food person. I just don't feel like eating that shit anymore. Like I don't crave it. And that's a huge thing for me. So a big sign, definitely. If you're somebody that wasn't always taking care of their body and all of a sudden you just have like it's second nature, that's a huge sign that you have entered your fifth dimensional reality. And the reason why this happens is because you're on a vibration that supports that. Those are the thoughts and actions that live in your fifth dimensional reality. Number 4, your manifestations just start to come in at a rapid pace. You'll think of something that you want. You're like, oh, I want this. And like literally the next day, it'll just show up. And it's actually quite mind blowing. So when you're in your fifth dimensional reality, I had just practicing with little things. Like just say, oh, I want to make an extra $200 today, and let it go. And believe me, it will show up like that out of nowhere. It's a lot of fun playing around with it. So even if you're even if you're driving before you leave your house, you're like, I want to see a pink car. Let it go. And I guarantee you're going to see a pink car on your way to wherever you're going. Fifth sign, you are in your fifth dimensional preferred state of reality. Your environment is hella peaceful. It just has this beautiful flow to it. And the most stress you could probably have in a day is, what the fuck am I doing for my day? What do I want to create now? Which is a really awesome place to be. Now, I find when you're first make it into fifth dimensional reality, you're on the baseline of it. So not all of the huge manifestations have come in yet, but you're in like the perfect proximity for it, is really trying not to be bored. And this boredom comes from not being amongst chaos anymore and stressful situations. And for pretty much my whole life, that's the state I had been in, is just high stress because of my surroundings. And that's because my surroundings created a high stressful inner environment. That's pretty much what we all go through. Because from when we're born, when we're children, the world starts to shape our minds instead of our minds shaping the world. And so you pretty much shed that off. But once I realized where I was and why I was feeling that way, now it's just fun, because I'm like, well, what do I want to create? What do I want to really attract? Because you're just at the perfect vibrational standpoint to really get whatever you want. So that is the video for today. If you have experienced any of these signs, then hey, welcome to the fifth dimensional earth, and have a lot of fun. Just keep doing what you did to get yourself there and watch magic happen. Anywho, that's the video for today. If you guys enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, I will see you next video.